How Voyager's Kez could make a Star Trek comeback even without Jennifer Lien. Star Trek Voyager introduced audiences to a diverse and intriguing crew, stranded on the far side of the galaxy, tasked with the impossible, return home. Among its most unique characters was Kez, an Ocampa with psychic powers and a fleeting 9-year lifespan. Played by Jennifer Lien, Kez began as a symbol of compassion, curiosity, and spiritual depth. But her journey was cut short in Season 4, and her brief return in Season 6's Fury painted her in a tragic and confusing light. Yet even now, nearly 3 decades since Voyager first aired, Star Trek's evolving landscape offers a golden opportunity for Kez to make a comeback, with or without Jennifer Lien in the role. Whether through clever storytelling, recasting, or animation, Kez can return in a way that honors her legacy, explores her untapped potential, and deepens the mythos of Star Trek. Kez deserved better than Fury. Before we talk about how to bring her back, it's important to understand why Kez should return at all. Her departure episode, The Gift, was emotionally charged and heroic. She evolved to a higher state of being, used her powers to push Voyager out of Borg space, and left behind a hopeful message. But when she reappeared in Fury, she had become a vengeful and bitter version of herself. This portrayal felt like a betrayal to many fans. The script leaned into pain and loss, rather than evolution and enlightenment. Worse, it never followed up on the aftermath of her return. She left again, and Voyager never mentioned her again. This unresolved arc remains one of the most glaring missed opportunities in Voyager history. In an era where Trek has revisited and redeemed characters like Ikub, Ro Laren, and even Wesley Crusher, it's high time Kez got the same treatment. Option 1. Recasting Kez in live action. While Jennifer Lien's performance as Kez was undeniably unique, recasting isn't out of the question. Star Trek has done it many times. Spock, Pike, Uhura, Sarek, and Kirk have all been successfully reimagined for new generations. Recasting Kez would allow new layers to emerge while respecting what came before. In a live-action revival, Kez could appear in any number of shows. Star Trek, Prodigy, Strange New Worlds, or even a potential Voyager Legacy series could easily integrate her. Given that Ocampa only live about 9 years, unless they transcend physical form, as Kez began to do, a recast Kez might not look older, but she could be wiser, more alien, or even less human than before. This opens the door to casting a performer who can embody Kez's evolved nature. Imagine an ethereal being who speaks in riddles, controls energy with a thought, and barely remembers what it means to be Ocampa. This would allow the character to explore post-human or post-Ocampan philosophy, something Trek does best. Option 2. Animated Kez in Star Trek. Prodigy. Star Trek. Prodigy has already brought back Voyager's most iconic character in holographic form, Captain Janeway. But the show isn't just about nostalgia, it's about legacy. And Kez, as a central figure in early Voyager history, fits the bill perfectly. In animation, there's no need to worry about an actor's availability or aging. Kez could be voiced by a new performer or even portrayed as a memory, vision, or AI construct. Prodigy already excels at telling stories of mentorship, growth, and self-discovery. Kez embodies all three. Imagine the Protostar crew encountering a planet of Ocampa descendants. Perhaps one of them was touched by Kez's influence, or maybe her psychic echo still lingers in space. She could appear as a vision, a voice in the mind of a telepathic crew member, or as a spiritual guide from another plane of existence. Even better, Prodigy could delve into her mysterious post-Voyager transformation, perhaps even connecting her with other evolved Star Trek entities like the Q Continuum, the Prophets, or the Traveler. Option 3. Kez as a myth or legend. Another bold storytelling technique would be to reintroduce Kez not as a person, but as a legend. In the next generation, characters like Surak, Collis, and even Zefram Cochrane often appeared more as myths than men. Trek excels at turning history into allegory, and Kez, who became something beyond corporeal existence, is a prime candidate. Imagine a future Starfleet officer who stumbles across an ancient Ocampa artifact that tells the story of Kez, or a civilization that worships her as a goddess who once walked among them. This opens the door for an entirely new interpretation of her arc, one shaped by history, faith, and memory rather than biographical fact. A story like this could also allow multiple interpretations of Kez to coexist. Some see her as a savior, others as a cautionary tale. Some say she transcended, others believe she died in agony. Through this, Star Trek could explore the nature of myth-making, legacy, and how stories shape culture. This approach doesn't require Jennifer Lien or a recast. It would allow the showrunners to elevate Kez to an almost symbolic status, making her return not just an event, but a statement. Option 4. Fixing Fury through time travel or alternate realities. Modern Star Trek loves to revisit past storylines with a twist. From Strange New Worlds' reinterpretation of Balance of Terror to Picard's multiverse adventures, there's no shortage of creative ways to fix controversial canon. Kes's destructive turn in Fury could be retconned or recontextualized. Perhaps it was a temporal anomaly, an alternate Kes from a timeline that never should have existed. Maybe her mind was fractured by exposure to subspace. Or perhaps the Kes that attacked Voyager was actually a false Kes, a projection of another being using her form. A compelling way to do this would be via a new time travel story. A younger version of Kes, pulled forward in time, witnesses her future self's downfall and decides to change her destiny. The result could be an exploration of identity, choice, and sacrifice, all themes Star Trek does best. Alternatively, in an alternate timeline, Kes never left Voyager. What would she have become if she had stayed with the crew and evolved alongside them? Maybe her powers would have made her the key to defeating species 8472 or even understanding the nature of the Borg. A what-if style story could explore all the paths not taken. Option 5. Kes in a Voyager Legacy series. With Star Trek, Picard concluding and Legacy shows gaining traction, the calls for a Voyager continuation have only grown louder. A series focused on the next generation of Starfleet, featuring cameos or full returns from legacy characters like Janeway, Seven, the Doctor, and B'Elanna, would be the perfect opportunity to reintroduce Kes. In such a show, Kes could appear as a mysterious figure watching over the former Voyager crew. Maybe she left a message for the Doctor. Maybe she returns to warn Janeway of a psychic anomaly. Or maybe she simply appears in a holodeck recording, finally offering closure on what she became. If written well, this could provide a powerful emotional moment for longtime fans. A proper farewell. Or perhaps a new beginning. Star Trek's evolving attitude toward redemption. In the past few years, Star Trek has made an effort to revisit and rehabilitate characters who were once misunderstood, discarded, or unfairly treated. 7 of 9 has become a captain. Wesley Crusher became a cosmic being. Even Tasha Yar was given depth through yesterday's Enterprise and All Good Things. The redemption of Kes is not just possible, it fits squarely within Star Trek's recent,